Hey guys, how you doing? Ryan Stack, successful internet entrepreneur, coming to you today with the 6 red flags to avoid when researching a home-based business. If you're currently at the beginning stages of trying to figure out a system that's going to work for you to help increase the income to your family or to create a passive flow of income as an asset into your life, A, congratulations. B, I know it's a tough world to try to find the right system for you, and at the end of the day, you want to find something that you can feel great about, the ethics are in line with your ethics, that the company's profitable, that you're profitable, and everything works out. I mean, that's why we're starting a business, is not to fail. You want to make sure you're with a company that's going to succeed. So I'm going to give you, in my research before I started a home-based company, these are the 6 things that either through experience or through mentors I learned, and some of them I learned the hard way. So here are 6 red flags, what to avoid. If you find a business in your research and it fits into any one of these categories, I'm going to tell you it's probably not going to be the best choice for you and your family, and look to another system. Find something else. And if you decide not to follow that advice, I would just say proceed at your own risk. It does not have the Ryan Stack of approval, and hopefully, I hope it does work out for you. But these are the things that I'm going to teach you today so that you can learn prior to having and avoid the experience altogether of the failure that usually comes from these red flags. I also want to point out that I am a MarketAmericaShop.com distributor, internet entrepreneur. This is a system that I ended up starting with 8 years back. I'm not saying it's the right system for you. I'm just going to let you know what I did my research on, how this system compared, and then you can even base off of what I'm showing you here and any your other research, and to see if it's better. Maybe it's a better fit, maybe you find something better, and then the business plan that follows, because that's really going to be the meat and potatoes of your success. Okay, so here are the the 6 red flags of what to avoid, and hopefully you learn from these. So number 1 is you don't ever want to start a home-based company that has less than 10 years of a track record, a successful, proven track that it can run on. And the reason why, number 1 reason why, is if you're going to spend your time, energy, build through networks, put on all your effort through videos and blogging and all that time, and it does take time, how would you feel if the company just fell apart? Too many stories that I've found, especially 8 years, I've seen people go through this with other home-based companies, is they build something and then a year later it's all gone. The residual income wasn't there. The plan failed, or the business model failed, and not the individual. That's really important. So find a company that has over 10 years of a track record, and that way you have an honest history. The company, most companies won't even make it 10 years, so they're probably doing something right if they're over 10 years old. MarketAmericaShop.com to date have over 21 years of success, and most importantly, have never had a down quarter. That was important to me because this system, Shop.com, is also willable down to 2 generations. So heaven forbid anything happens, it gets willed to my kids and my grandkids. That's a great feeling. And I also know in my 8 years, and I can research past when I started all the way back to 1992, and you can see a track record of this company, and they've never had a down quarter since 1992. Huge. It needs to be that way. You want a successful hub, the franchise or the home-based company, whatever it is, you want to make sure that they're very successful, so they're here to stay. Second thing to avoid is a company that is not transparent. Okay? And here's why. A lot of companies will say, well, it's a ground floor, or you make your money now, this is the time to get in, or we pay the highest in the industry, or our distributors make millions of dollars within 30 days, and they're saying all of these things are quote-unquote facts, but they aren't. They're opinions, and they don't have to back them up. You need a company that is going to actually tell you and show you the finances and everything else behind the company and the hub. So everything we claim is actually backed up. It's actually proven, documented resources. So again, any company that says, well, we're the #1 builder, or you hear a distributor saying, well, I'm the top money earner and all this, if it's not backed up and it's not completely transparent, again, run the other way. It's probably not going to work out for you. MarketAmericanShop.com is 100% transparent. Every income level stated is backed up by the company, meaning they verified how much the individual has earned. They fall into a specific, what we call a PIN level, letting you know their monthly income of residuals. And also the company puts out an annual independent audit so you can see all of the finances. So when the company says, which they have, they've earned $5 billion in accumulated retail sales and over $2.7 billion has been paid out to the distributor base, which is us, which are the owners, in retail profits and commission checks, it's backed up by a financial audit and a separate company that does the audit. So you want to make sure, again, 100% transparency. If the company doesn't want to show you, or they say, well, you can't see our financials, I would be cautious. Again, it's a company, I would just say, okay, this is probably not going to work out. I'm going to find something else, okay? Third, avoid a company that is not a product broker. Why do I say that? If you find a company that is a manufacturer of a line, then that company is tied 100%, and the business growth is tied 100% to that product line, and that's where the sales are going to come from. What if something happens to that industry? What if something happens to that one product and derails sales, or something happens with the economy that you can't plan for, and you're stuck into a product line or a series of products in one industry? Your entire business will go bankrupt. The ability when you're a product broker is you get to move with the markets, you get to move with the trends, and you don't have to stay in one industry. You could be in 12, you could be in 15, you could be where it's hot always and never be vulnerable to market swings. You know, think about companies that sold that great product with a feather in it. They're gone overnight when that was pulled. Okay? Market America is a product broker. Okay? 100% of everything they do, they own the rights, they own the labels, they own the exclusive rights to sell the products they have, but they're a broker, meaning there's a manufacturer that makes the products for them, and we get to bring it to the end consumer. And this is a part of a big reason why Shop.com and Market America have been profitable for 21 years straight, is because we're a broker. You want to be a broker. Think about the big companies, Walmart, Home Depot, all of those companies. They don't make the products, but they just simply move with the markets and provide the products and services of what is selling, what people want, okay? So it's a big part, okay? Fourth, we're up to 4 now. Avoid a company that is not a top internet retailer, okay? Why avoid a company that is not internet? Well, what is a top internet retailer? In my eyes, it's any company in the top 500 of the internet retailers' top 500 guide. You can find that on internetretailer.com. You can do your own research. You can buy copies of this. They even show the company's growth and where they are and the type of industry and a lot of backgrounds of the company. So here's a big reason, guys. The internet has never been in a recession and has only been shown that it's going to have huge growth, and only by 2017 is 10% of what we spend total in the United States is what is going to be spent online at that point. We have 90% to go of where things are. The growth is huge, and it's at a very early stage of where we're going to be. You think the internet is sort of this old thing. It's so new, and you need to be where it's profitable. So if you're not a top internet retailer, you're probably going to grow slower. The times have changed, and if you're not part of a business that have adapted with that, it's going to be slow for you to go. It's going to be hard for you to sell for customers and fulfill orders, because this is how people like to buy, and this is where people go. So you got to do it, and you got to do it big. Shop.com and Market America are now ranked number 57 in the entire world of the internet e-retailers. So again, you can Google that, you can check that. Internet Retailer has a guide, you can find that on there. But any company in the top 100 is a powerhouse. Any company in the top 500 is a solid company. And the big boys are in the top 100. That's your Home Depots, Walmarts, Amazons, Best Buys, all of those companies. That's where you want to be competing. The hard part is a lot of them you can't own. A lot of them aren't franchisable. A lot of them aren't systems. Shop.com and Market America are. But if a business is not in the top, it's going to be a very slow go for you to build a business, okay? Avoid a company that pays commissions to recruit, okay? Avoid a company that pays commissions to recruit. Why? A big reason companies fall. A definition of a pyramid scheme is making more money off of selling a system than actually selling products to an end consumer. So if you're in a business where your primary source of money is to bring on new bodies or new people, it creates a world of problems, and most people are going to be driven to do that versus selling products to end consumers. So you do not want to be in a company that pays to recruit. Also, a huge reason why companies go belly up is because the doors get shut. It's not that they weren't profitable, it's that the doors got shut because when there's a problem with a distributorship, or there's a problem with firms investigating the legitimacy of companies, if the majority of money paid out to the distributor base is for recruiting, you got a pyramid scheme. You got one of these puppies, okay? You don't want that, and especially after you built the business. And by the way, it doesn't feel great to recruit and get paid to bring people on. It's much better to bring people on to expand, and then get paid if you can help them expand successfully with a business and have a customer base. That's what it's all about, okay? So markeinamericashop.com, there is no money and recruiting, not a dime. You don't get paid a commission check. You only get paid if the people you recruit to expand your business can expand successfully with a customer base, with a distributor base, and when everything works is when the residuals start paying you for the business you built. It's a way better way to build it, and you feel great, and the focus is because that is where the success is. That's where the money is, okay? And then lastly, and the most important, I'm going to star this puppy, the most important thing you need to research is to avoid these two business plans, and there's several others out there. These are the main two. Horizontal marketing systems. They've now created a hybrid horizontal marketing system, and what a lot of people refer to is MLM, okay? There's a lot I could do, a whole series on these compensation plans and how they work, but you need to avoid the ones that are horizontal, hybrid horizontal, and MLM. How these system works is they were created by some big companies back in the 1950s, and they're here today, and no one's ever rethought this. This is your corporate structure of there's a person who started the company, and then they recruit a whole base of people and pay them percentages on the levels that you're able to do. There's a lot of pitfalls. Everyone's in competition. Your time is spread too thin because you can't manage all these people who don't work together because it's not profitable for them to. And by the way, you have a job. You're working a job and then you come home to build a business that's built just like a job structure. It's old. It was done in the 1950s and it wasn't even done well. And some reason it's still around here today. Here's how, again, Market America stacks up is they're a vertical marketing structure, and this is what it looks like. Is you start a business, everyone has a customer base, and the most important thing is this: you only work with two organizations. The average study done on people who have built a successful internet business found that they could only build 2.4, it used to be 2.8, 2.4 organizations successfully, which is why we only build in two lines. Market America pays you up to $187,000 in residual income for just managing two organizations. It's the highest payout in the industry. I haven't found a company to even touch it, and over 50% of what the company makes gets paid back out to owners that operate this like myself. And the most important part of this structure, it creates synergy. That anyone that does anything, everyone in this organization benefits 100%. 100%, no matter if it's on the left or the right, and anything you do pays the people at the bottom 100%, and anything they do pays themselves and funnels up to the team 100%. Do you think you can grow a business substantially faster if it's not on 2%, 10%, 3%, and when it turns into 100%, not only off of what you can do, but what the existing organization can help pay you at the very bottom. I hope this is helpful. Here are your 6 tips again. Don't start a company less than 10 years. If a company's not transparent, avoid it. If they're not a product broker, avoid it, okay? If they're not a top internet retailer, you're going to have a slower time at this. I'm not saying you won't be successful. What I'm saying in the future, and it's going to affect you now, it's going to hurt, it's going to slow you down, and it probably will lead to the ultimate failure of a business. Pays to recruit. Do not be part of a business that does that. And most importantly, find a vertical marketing system and avoid these guys. And because, well, there's well over 70 years of research that you can do if you care to do that, as these pay the least amount and they're the least stable organization, so tend to fall apart once you build them. And we always say MLM stands for make little money. So I hope this is successful. Whatever you find in business, I hope it's going to create success. That's what it's all about. If you want to email me with any messages or follow me, you can follow me at The Stack Group. It's thestackgrp.com is my website. You can also follow me on Twitter at The Stack Life or Facebook Ryan P. Stack, and all my email contacts on there. So again, hopefully you guys are successful. I hope this helps, and I hope you avoid these and don't have to go through the hard experience. See you at the top.